Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome, guys. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Justina. I am a mom of three. I am a Nigerian based in Ireland. I have two boys and one girl. I have Kieran is my oldest, which is 14. Maeve is 12, my princess, and Killian, my handsome guy, is 8. So we are going to be feeding my family on a budget. I am going to be showing you guys how I feed my family on a budget, how I cook healthy meal on a budget. Meal that is packed with loads of veggies, good protein, and all that on a budget. Like I'm telling you, making home cooked meal and feeding your family by yourself, making it by yourself and feeding your family is the best way to go, and it saves money. It keeps my budget and my spending in check. And I just want to show you guys that cooking for your family shouldn't be bank breaking. You can still cook for a large family on a budget. I am telling you, this food is packed with loads of veg and a good protein, and all this happened on a budget. I cannot say that loud enough because people often say, "Oh, cooking is expensive, yada yada yada," and I'm like, "How are you cooking the food? Which way are you budgeting to cook this food?" Now, all I spent for today's dinner was 14 euro. 3 cents. Now let's get into the kitchen. This is my chicken, big size chicken that I bought, and I am going to slice this chicken into pieces. Now, I love this my knife that I got from IKEA. This knife has been now, what, I think it's about 3 years or so. Yeah, something like that. This knife is the best for cutting meat. Like this can cut you any kind of meat and fish. It is my best knife I have at home for cutting meat and fish. Anyway, I am slicing the meat now. Now, after slicing the meat, I am mixing my ingredients. I have ginger and garlic. I have nutmeg. I have mixed seasonings. Guys, you can use any seasonings of your choice. I have curry and thyme. I'm going to mix everything together. I am going to be adding Knorr cube, excuse me, and this is like a chicken stock and all that. So I have added that. I'm going to add salt, and I'm mixing everything together. Now this is my clean chicken. I have washed it, I have cleaned it, and this is now time to add my seasoning in the chicken, and I am going to massage it properly, and make sure everything gets in properly. I love good, tasty food. The seasoning has to be popping, it has to be tasty, it has to be juicy. I do not like to eat any food and it is not given. So whenever I'm cooking at home, it has to be given. I'm not joking when it comes to seasoning at all. I do not joke with it because that takes the food to the next level. I'm telling you, good seasoning takes the food to the next level. Anyway, after that, I added oil in the pot and I am going to add the chicken in the pot. So I'm going to lightly fry this chicken and then take it out of the pot. So this is my fresh vegetables. I am cutting it up and I am putting it inside the food processor because when you're dealing with kids and you want them to enjoy their meal. Now, my two oldest has no problem whatsoever with veg, but my youngest do prefer veg to be in a smaller size than a big chunky size. I think the big chunky size scares the living life of him. So I do respect for the fact that he doesn't like it chunky. So I put it into a food processor and I am going to process it until it becomes mince. That is how he loves it. So yes, that is all I'm doing at the moment. I am going to mince it very well. Now this is the last batch of the chicken. I'm telling you guys, this chicken was very, very big and it is big enough. It's a big size. It's a big family size chicken, and I am done with this chicken at this time. So I am going to add my onions. So this is my onions and garlic, and I am going to lightly fry it and let it sit in the pot there for like 2 to 3 minutes. Now there's a lot of chicken juice like in this pot. There's a lot of chicken, leftover chickens, whatever in this pot, and I am going to just let the onions simmer in it. And after that, I am adding my spring onions and my celery. Like, I love the smell of celery in food. It smells so fresh and so nice and so delicious. I'm adding all my spring onions and celery, and I am going to allow them to simmer together for about 5 minutes. And all this is happening in a low heat, medium to low heat. Let it just simmer with the juice of the chicken in there. Let it simmer, and I'm telling you, the aroma that is coming out from the pot already. Mm, is promising. It's telling me that this food is going to be delish. So after letting that to simmer on a low to medium heat for about 5 minutes, I'm adding my water in the pot and I am mixing it up, stirring it properly. And I am going to also allow it, after adding the water, I'm going to allow the water to, bubble up for like 10 minutes. Now I'm adding my butternut squash first because butternut squash is a bit stronger than sweet potato. So after allowing the butternut to boil up for like 5 minutes, I added my sweet potato in the pot. Now I am mixing everything together. Like, this is smelling so amazing. And all this thing is happening under 14 euro 3 cents. This is how cheap it is to feed your family on a healthy budget. Now I'm adding back my chicken into the pot after allowing the two veg to simmer for 10 minutes. I'm putting back my chicken and I'm going to allow the chicken and everything to simmer for about 5 minutes, guys. This is the kind of pot of food you need on a very, very cold, freezing day. Like, on a cold day you walk in, this is the kind of food you, because this is a pot of delicious goodness. The aroma, Oh my days. It is to die for. Anyway, I am stirring it, everything together. At this time, I'm telling myself that this pot is becoming too small because there is still a mushroom and spinach to go inside this pot. And I'm still adding the chicken and I'm looking at the pot. I'm like, this pot might not contain all this food. You know, this is a big food. This is a big pot of food for a large family. So I am mixing everything together and the pot is becoming too tight to stir stuff together. And after this, I want to allow the pot to simmer for about another 5 minutes. Okay. Let it simmer for 5 minutes. So now, guys, I decided that I'm going to transfer this food into the biggest pot that I have at home because the other one had no more space for it. And now I am adding my mushroom in this food, guys. This is one recipe you have to try. No joke. You have to try it. You have to cook this combo for your family. It is super yummy and super delish. Like it is to die for. Like this stuff is so amazing. Now I am stirring everything together and I'm only just going to allow it to simmer with the mushroom for about a minute or two. Just a minute or two. Let it simmer with the mushroom. And yeah. So guys, this is my spinach. I'm adding a bit of hot water in the spinach. I just want to do that quickly for like maybe a few seconds. And this means that I don't want the spinach to bring excess water into the pot because I like the consistency of the pot at this time. So I don't want it to be another water in it. So that's why I did that, to squeeze out the water that is from the spinach before I add it in the pot. Guys, can you see the pot? I just don't know what to say at this time. I'm absolutely speechless. Can you see the pot? This is a holy goodness. This is like, this is so good. Anyway, so I have added my spinach and this food is ready, guys. It's ready. Immediately you add your spinach, like just give it a few seconds. Don't even let it be up to a minute because you don't want your spinach to cook. Just give it a few seconds and you take this food out of the pot, guys. This food was amazing. I'm telling you now, you need to try this recipe. You have to try this recipe. And this meal lasted us for 3 good days. This is 3 good days of pot of dinner. Now, this is 3 days of dinner in this big pot. This is what 14 euro 3 cents got us 3 days of dinner. Now, if you're not cooking on a budget, I don't know what you're doing, girlfriend. In this economy, you need to be cooking on a budget because wow. Anyway, everything is ready, is looking amazing, is looking delicious. I cannot wait to put this in my mouth because if it looks so good and it tasted so good. So yeah, we did it on a 14 euro 3 cent. How amazing is that?